You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
Sometimes we have a chance to meet guests here on 3+U, and they just tend to really impress us, especially so many of the young people who come our way. About a year ago, Lauren Dray came and sat on the sofa. She was soon to graduate from UTC and had a passion to help children who were in the hospital. She joins us again this morning so that you too can help in her efforts with an organization called Dec My Room. Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you too, Julie.
So you have taken on your love of helping these children. I'll let you kind of expand on a bit and talk about what Dec My Room does. Now you've got not one, not two, but 3 fundraisers happening the month of November, and our viewers can get involved. So what does Dec My Room do?
So Dec My Room is a national nonprofit that decorates the hospital rooms of long-term pediatric patients. So we basically kind of try to get to know them, get to know what they like, what they're interested in, and using that information, we transform their hospital room based on their interests. And the chapter here in Chattanooga decorates hospital rooms at Erlanger Children's Hospital.
If my memory serves, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but you were a student at UTC and you learned about the organization, and so you brought the Chattanooga chapter here.
Yes, I did, in 2017.
So how many people have you been able to help? How many children's rooms have you done in those 3
I believe
years?
it's been a little over 20 at this point.
So your friends at school also got enthusiastic because, again, as my memory serves, the volunteers who are taking part don't have to spend any money. They just have to give of their time and go shopping to bring a smile to a child's face.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, so talk about the fundraisers that you have coming up. On November 10th, that's the first one. We're doing this virtually. You're having a cooking class.
Yes, so we've partnered with the Sweet and Savory Kitchen Classroom here in Chattanooga to bring a virtual cooking class. So in order to sign up for that, it'll take place Tuesday, November 10th from 6 to 9 p.m. However, if you purchase a ticket, you can watch it anytime. You don't have to tune in live. You can watch it after the fact. And we'll be making cinnamon rolls.
Oh, how very fun. And so the cost of taking part in the class, part of that proceed goes to help the Dec My Room fund?
Yes, when you go to the Sweet and Savory website and click on that class, there's an option to add a donation amount to go to Dec My Room.
Okay, we're going to keep the sweet tooth going. Y'all are going to make cinnamon rolls with the class. Then on November 24th, I think you told me Duck Donuts is giving part of their proceeds back to help you.
Yes, Duck Donuts has been so generous in partnering with us, and they will be donating 20% of their proceeds from Tuesday, November 24th to Dec My Room. And if you haven't been there, it's a really cool concept. They essentially give you a vanilla cake donut, and you can pick a icing, a topping, and a drizzle. And they have all sorts of different icings and toppings that you can choose from.
How very fun. You can have that Thanksgiving morning if you wanted to go buy a dozen and open them up on Thanksgiving morning. Okay, and then Christmas shopping right around the corner. If you have girls on your list, you can never go wrong with Kendra Scott Jewelry. They are teaming up with the organization nationally in mid-November, right?
Yes, so from November 17th to 18th, we'll have a code for you. If you go on Kendra Scott's website, just input that code when you check out, and they will also be giving us 20% of the proceeds. And while we don't have that code quite yet, if you stay tuned to our national Dec My Room Facebook page, they will be posting about it shortly.
Okay, so Lauren, before I let you run, talk about really what keeps you motivated to do this every day, because are you working on rooms for children on a pretty regular basis, and what kind of feedback do you get from them and their parents when you do?
Definitely. So it kind of depends based on the hospital and when they have a patient who meets the criteria, but we do get a lot of positive feedback. We actually just, because of coronavirus, now we are shipping items to have the rooms decked since we can't go into the hospital right now. But I consistently get positive feedback from parents saying that this was the first time their child smiled since being admitted to the hospital. I hear back from parents months later saying this is still their favorite toy. And when we go and deck the room, it really affects the parents too, because it affects the child's mood. And to be a parent of a child who's in the hospital seriously ill, it's a very scary and stressful time. And to see your child start to smile and their mood start to improve because of just a simple stuffed animal or a comforter really brings the parents joy and comfort.
Absolutely. And are you looking, I know you can't get into the rooms right now, but are you looking for volunteers, and how old do you have to be to volunteer?
We are always looking for volunteers. You have to be 18 or older to volunteer. Right now things are a little different, but we are definitely going to be looking into some virtual trainings, since we can't go into the hospital right now, where we can go ahead and get people involved in helping us shop for these rooms.
Well, I am so glad that you have a very busy November ahead of you. Thanks for sharing with us how we can get involved to help you. And the website people can go to learn more, Lauren, is what?
It's Dec MyRoom.org.
And then there's the email for Lauren, Chattanooga at decmyroom.org. Thank you so much, and here's to bringing smiles to children's faces.
Thank you so much for having me.
Don't look good.
Yeah, it looks